Oh, the joys of recording everything you do, even when there are errors. If you watched all the way to the end of our last video, you know that we ended with a little bit of a cliffhanger. We connected our power from our inverter to our main panel and then ran that power to our 30-amp plug for the Airstream box, and we were trying to hook stuff up and nothing was happening, and it was dark and it was raining, and so we just decided to call it and come back the next day. So we don't have a lot of video of what happened next, so I'm just going to explain to you real quick what we figured out the problem was. We went out the next morning, we took our voltmeter, and that plug was not getting 120 volts. It was like 111. Immediately, we're like panicking, like we've already run this wire through the conduit. Did we mess up the wire somewhere? Did we mess up our connection somewhere? We called Juan and Michelle from this morning. We're like, did a FaceTime. We're like, guys, did we miss something basic here? And they're like, yeah, it looks right. And we just kept trying stuff, and we could not figure out why we were not getting consistent voltages on any of the circuits. So the more I looked at this panel, something didn't look right. And I noticed that where the neutral came into the main, the main end from the inverter, there's usually a neutral bar that's attached to that, and you connect all your neutrals together. But this one, it looked like there was a big plastic separator between the main input and the bar. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would that be? And so we tested continuity between those two, and sure enough, they were not connected at all. I don't know what we got. Guys, when you go to the local hardware store, you don't always have the best options. And apparently I picked up something called a main lug panel. And for some reason, the neutrals aren't connected. I still don't know why. Anyway, we got that figured out. As soon as we joined those neutrals together, everything was good. And all of our circuits had 120 volts. With our inverter and voltage finally working properly, we were able to hook up the Airstream here and there, but because our solar wasn't connected yet, we didn't want to keep it plugged up all the time. So what we did was we just kept running the Airstream off its own solar setup, and we started wiring up the main panel for the solar shed so that we could start connecting all that electrical inside. And that is what we're working on in this video today. Shoulders. We're so close. Yeah. So close.
You don't think the screws need to come out anymore?
The screws? No. It wasn't going up high enough. I got it on this side. Mostly.
There.
Huh, did we get it?
Yeah.
I think we got it. Test. So number 4. Yes. Can we test it? Oh no, why is that on? Why does it do that?
What?
I didn't sign up for that.
Oh, it lights up?
I didn't sign up for that.
Why does it light up?
I don't know. Oh, that's what it means by lighted. Ah. Here we go.
Do we have to do something with the remote?
Probably.
What? Right.
Nothing blew up.
Power. Oh my god.
Oh, it feels so good. Ah. Win.
Oh my gosh, this feels like such a huge moment.
Can you dim it? Yeah. That's speed.
This is so exciting.
Is that the fastest speed?
I think probably. There was like 3 speeds.
Big moment, babe. Big moment.
How much power does it need? Does it
Probably.
say?
That's it. Yeah, 16 watts.
Careful.
Let me see.
It looks so
Oh, it
cool.
matches perfectly with the beam.
Ooh, it's so cool.
It matches. Ooh!
Oh my, wait, there's a remote? It's a real
Wait, let me see.
No, let me see. No, I let me see. Ooh.
Babe, it has comfort breeze.
What's that mean?
It means it changes the speed of the fan automatically for you to simulate a cooling breeze.
Turn the light on.
No, let me see. I tried it. It feels so good.
We're good.
Wait, can you change the speed of it?
That's medium.
You look so fascinated. I know, let me see.
Okay, it only works so many times.
I know, but I want to see.
I can't feel
Hey,
anything.
drop it.
Okay, let somebody else see it.
No. Wait a minute. So the light is like.
Hi guys. So far, we have run power to just about everything in the solar shed. We've run all the plugs inside and outside. We've run the fan back in the circle. And so the last thing really inside here are our hanging lights. Well, in our mini split, that will be a whole thing, but we're going for something a little easier today. We're just gonna hang our lights. I'm wearing my fancy glove because they told me I had to wear it when I installed. They only gave me one. I don't know how that's gonna work, but these hang down, so we're gonna have to adjust the length of them so that they match. But I don't think it'll be that difficult. Fingers crossed, famous last words. Okay, let's go.
my time has come, I'll lay my weapons down. Every avenue run dry and simple plank. And I can't wait to find the reasons. I can't wait to feel the seasons. On my face, on my face, on my face. So I'll bend it till it breaks right through and through. Every step we took, a complex faded gray. I can't wait.
Light test.
But I can't wait for this dear heaven. In my veins, in my veins, in my veins.
No, I cannot.
And all we have is dust, running fingers through the sand.
Oh, the joys of recording everything you do, even when there are errors. Yes, we had 2 big fat error messages right out of the gate. Actually, turns out there's about 3 or 4 different issues related to all this. I'm going to walk you through them real quick. The first is that when I started these up for the first time, I had all of the breakers off just to be extra careful, right? So these 2 take the power from the first and second combiner box, and I can shut that off before it even gets to the charge controller. After that, it comes out, goes through this, and then into the battery. Now, I had these off and these off because I was trying to be careful, but what I didn't realize is that by having the connection to the battery off when I started these up for the first time, they didn't know what to do. They weren't able to auto sense the 48 volt system. And so they defaulted back to a 12 volt battery. And so as you can imagine, the reason the watts were so low to begin with, and it went down to 0 and threw that error message, is because it was expecting a 12 volt battery and not a 48 volt battery. So that was the first error, and I was able to pull up the app because these are Bluetooth enabled and just switch the battery to a 48 volt battery. And then all of a sudden I had like 4,000 watts coming in, and it was great. And so we ran that for a couple of days, but then we ran into other issues. And so what happened the next day when it actually got full is that the charge controllers were overcharging the batteries. The BMS did what it was supposed to do. It tripped, the alarms went off, it shut everything down. But what we realized is that in addition to it not being a 48 volt setup, it was also set to like some weird battery type. So it wasn't set to lithium, and that weird battery type had a crazy high max voltage for charging. So it was trying to charge these batteries up to like 60 something volts. And so it pushed the whole system to the point where one of the cells got too high and it shut everything down. So then we changed that also through the Bluetooth settings. But then we still had another problem where it tripped again the next day. And so the further we looked at our BMS settings, the REC BMS, essentially we had a few values switched around to where the system was able to keep charging past the max voltage because the end of charge voltage was too high. And so it was still pushing those, like one cell would get like up to that threshold and it would trip the system. And so we fixed that like 2 days ago, and so far it's been good. It hasn't tripped, it hasn't done anything. And it could have also been partially because these batteries are new and they are still self-balancing, that sometimes when you're charging, you might get errors like that for a few days as those batteries sort of balance themselves out and all make sure that they sort of charge and deplete at the same voltages. But I think actually in this case, it was more on our end for the BMS setup. So yeah, the power's been on. We're running the Airstream directly off of this system. Everything inside the solar shed is connected and working except for the mini split. The mini split's going to be kind of its own thing, which we'll get into in another video. But like all the lights and the fans and the outlets, everything is working, and it is such a huge step. And we're so excited to finally have power here on the homestead. Good morning? No?
It's too early.
Hot morning?
Yeah. Hot, humid morning.
So here's the thing. There is a hurricane down in the Gulf, which usually isn't a big deal for Arizona, but it is supposed to bring in some extreme weather this next week.
Yeah.
Like the monsoon we had last month, you know, that like threw our chicken coop and broke a bunch of stuff. It's supposed to be worse than that. Yeah. Supposedly. We'll see what happens.
It could change.
It could change. But now that we're mostly done with the sort of electrical part in the solar shed, we have made a total mess of everything. Mm-hmm. It's a disaster around here.
Yeah.
And so we need to clean stuff up and get it put away, but we also need to sort of, can I say batten down the hatches? Can we say that?
You can't.
I think we should.
We have no hatches to batten down.
We've got some chicken coops to batten down. So we need to figure out how to tie those down, make sure they don't get blown another 50 feet into the fence, make sure there's nothing on the ground that could get picked up and thrown, like pieces of plywood. And just in general, it's a disaster. Like, good grief, it's bad. It's real bad. Also, we need to clean out our tent because the water has started running into the tent,
causing
the shelves to kind of like, and there's trash everywhere. There's boxes from this electrical, so many boxes.
I haven't done anything but electrical, no cleanup of any sort.
We've just been like throwing stuff as we've been installing things, and like,
it's not the way to do it.
Pretty much all of our tools are like inside the solar shed right now.
Yeah. So anyway,
you can't even walk in there. It's ridiculous.
Long story short, it's cleanup day.
We got to clean up, and we got to get ready for this storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. First project we're tackling is this trench. We've had rains several times while the trenches have been open, and guys, full of water. So today, all the trenches are getting filled in, compacted down. We are lining a tape in the middle of the trenches about a foot down so that we know, hey, there's something here if we were to dig around this area. Someone suggested that, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I could not remember who it was. But anyway, yeah, first project, fill in the trench. So we've been ordering our meat from Grassroots Co-op, and one thing I love about them is they send these foam inserts to keep their dry ice and everything, like all the meat comes frozen, and this just helps keep it that way. But these are all dissolvable in water, and then you can just throw them on your compost. So good job, Grassroots.
Our poor garage just ends up being a holding place for all of our garbage. It had all the electrical stuff in it, and the doors and the windows and the batteries and the solar panels, until just within the last like 3 to 4 weeks that stuff was all moved out. So now we are going to reevaluate our garage situation, take everything out. I mean, there's still a bunch of stuff we got to bring back in, but as you can see, it's a mess. And so we're going to clean it all out. We're going to rearrange it, especially with more winds and rain coming. Make sure that stuff won't get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, these garage and box are great in a pinch.
Yeah.
Not so great to last more than a year.
Yeah, I think they've been awesome for like our initial storage. I think pretty soon we're gonna have to figure out something a little more permanent.
I would love to get my hands on a storage container.
Good luck with that. Thanks, COVID. Also, there's so much trash, guys. How did we end up so trashy? What happened?
You know, our neighbors did say when we moved in that we were trailer trash.
That's true, they did. That was before they knew us. Although,
And then they figured out we were
They probably
actually
still
nice
they might
people.
still think that. Okay, so we cleaned up the tent. You don't
Yeah.
have to watch 5 minutes of us cleaning up the tent.
No thanks.
It's not that interesting.
No.
So we're gonna wrap it up. No,
What are we gonna wrap up?
we're
What were we
we're
saying?
wrapping up the video.
Okay, so we got power.
I can't even think. What is he doing?
He's being very happy. So, we have power.
We have power.
All the power's working.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey.
good job.
Hey, good job.
I'm really proud of you for doing that.
Thanks. I'm really proud of you because you did a bunch of it. You did all that cutting and...
I only lost a quarter of a fingernail.
Yeah, not bad. Our hands are all like... We have so many like little wounds on our hands from all the cutting and slicing. Oh, well.
It was worth it. We
It
have that
was.
fan installed.
We got the fan, all the lights, the outlets inside and outside. So, like, if we need to run the cement mixer, we just plug it up.
That's going to be amazing.
I know, right?
Perhaps you saw our live. Maybe you didn't. But if you did, we decided to pour a cement slab in the back so that we can anchor our mini split down.
Yeah, and it's turned into a whole thing because of all the rain we're getting this entire week. So it's like pushing everything back. So we're having to rearrange. So we may end up working on the inside more this week. Maybe, but it may be raining too much to even do that because the dirt won't dry out. This rain is really killing our vibe over here. We really gotta...
It's not killing your vibe.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Also, we have to talk about our shirts.
Oh, Jonathan finally got the shirts done.
Because we've been joking about a shirt that says, we're going to get the shed done for like a month. And I finally made one.
Uh-huh. And it didn't take you very long at all.
No, and you can go order it now. There's multiple colors for you.
4 colors.
4 colors. I think it'll be lots of fun. We haven't even ordered ours yet.
I know,
We need to order some. But if you want to get a jump on it, they're already up there. We'll leave links in the description below so you can go grab one if you want. I think they're pretty cool. They kind of got like an 80s vibe to
I don't
them.
usually wear shirts with things on them. You may have noticed.
With
But I
things
think
on them.
words or pictures
Slogans,
are
logos.
just like a plain... Guys, my wardrobe consists of 4 of the exact same t-shirt and 2 in a different color.
I was say in various colors. Yes, yes.
So anyway, I am going to order a shirt because they were so cool.
Yeah.
I really liked what you did.
Yeah, thanks. Because you know what? We've got to get this shed done.
Yeah.
We've got to get it done.
Although, I do like someone else's idea of putting that shirt on a shirt and saying, we got this
The
shirt done.
Yeah, that's also, it's pretty meta.
Yeah,
I gotta say, it's
kind
pretty
of funny
meta.
though.
And then we may do one when we're finished that says, we got this shed done.
Who knows?
But I don't know. That may be overkill. That's a lot of,
We'll determine
that's a lot of
later.
shed shirts. I don't know.
Okay, anyway. We're supposed to be wrapping this video up.
Yep.
And we just keep talking.
I just want to, can we just look at this? Because, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it here. I like our place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep saying yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Guys. Power.
yes, thanks for hanging out with us through all this drama of trying to figure out what was going wrong.
So many ups, so many downs.
But now we're on and up.
Now we're on and up. And we've been using the system for a solid week now. And we've gotten past all our different voltage errors and all that kind of stuff. And it is running great. We've run the air conditioner all night. Multiple nights.
It's been amazing.
Even with all this cloud cover, and we still get filled back up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm constantly on my phone. I'm like, hey, Victron app, what's my power situation? And I'm like, sweet. And then I put it away. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, I wonder if it's changed. I wonder if we got 1 more %. We did.
You're such a nerd.
I know, it's so bad. I'm getting better. The newness is wearing off. So.
Okay.
But I still check it pretty often.
I know.
Yeah.
I see.
Because now I can get to it on the iPad and the computer and the phone. So many ways to access our power portal. Anyway, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.